Picture this. You've just survived a terrifying car crash. Your hands are shaking. Your mind keeps replaying those horrifying seconds over and over. Now imagine your doctor hands you a video game. Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that playing Tetris, yes, that Tetris, could be the key to preventing traumatic memories from haunting you for years to come? What we're about to explore isn't science fiction. It's cutting-edge neuroscience that's changing how we understand trauma, memory, and the remarkable plasticity of the human brain. Every time trauma occurs, a biological countdown begins in the brain. 6 hours, that's all we have. Within this brief window, the brain is actively processing and consolidating memories of the event. These next 6 hours, they're crucial. Because what happens in this window could determine whether this person develops PTSD or walks away resilient. And believe it or not, those falling Tetris blocks might be their secret weapon. But before we dive into the gaming solution, let's talk about what's really happening in your brain after trauma. And trust me, this is where it gets wild. Think of your brain as Instagram stories. Regular memories? They're like posts that fade after 24 hours. But traumatic memories? They're like posts that get stuck on repeat, playing over and over whether you want them to or not. The fascinating thing is, your brain can't fully process Tetris and traumatic memories at the same time. It's like trying to stream Netflix and download a huge file simultaneously. Something's got to give. Now you might be wondering, why Tetris? Why not Candy Crush? Or Angry Birds? Or any other game that might distract you? Because Tetris isn't just any game. It's a visual spatial taskmaster that hijacks your brain's image processor like nothing else. Think about it. When you're playing Tetris, you're rotating shapes in your mind, predicting patterns, making split-second decisions, all while your eyes are locked on moving objects. Each of these actions is like a key, unlocking different parts of your brain's visual processing center, the same center that would otherwise be burning traumatic images into your memory. Sound familiar? It's exactly what your brain is trying to do with traumatic memories. In one study, trauma survivors who played Tetris had 62% fewer flashbacks than those who didn't. That's not just a statistic, that's potentially thousands of fewer nightmares, fewer panic attacks, and fewer moments of reliving the worst day of their life. But here's the kicker. It only works in that crucial 6-hour window. Miss that window, and you've missed your chance to rewire your brain's response to trauma. Imagine a world where every emergency room, every military base, every disaster response team has this tool at their disposal. Where the game that once taught us all about pattern recognition could now teach our brains how to heal. But here's the really exciting part. This might just be the beginning. Researchers are now looking at other games, other interventions. The brain is remarkably adaptable, and they are just starting to understand how to work with it rather than against it. In a world where trauma is all too common, we're discovering that sometimes the best medicine doesn't come in a pill. Sometimes it comes in pixels and patterns and play. So the next time you see someone playing Tetris, remember, they might not just be playing a game. They might be rewiring their brain, preventing trauma, and taking control of their story, one falling block at a time. If you or someone you know has experienced trauma, remember, the 6-hour window is crucial. And while Tetris isn't a replacement for professional help, it might just be the unexpected ally you need in those critical first hours.